Elections analyst Wayne Sussman, good morning to you. We've dragged you out of our elections cupboard. We've filled you up on coffee. It's been a long night for you. There's a lot of numbers to crunch. How are you guys feeling?
I had a good strategy. I was asleep by 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and I woke up at midnight. And what a fascinating day. Let's first of all, again, just really applaud all the people who worked the polls, all the candidates, all the party volunteers, some of them who haven't even gone to bed yet, I'm sure, waiting for those results to come in. And it's really exciting to share some analysis with you and the nation today.
Well, we've got to unpack numbers. As I was saying now, I mean, yes, I'm going to give Gauteng the Western Cape, but that's not the story. The story is not the provinces per se. It's the municipalities we've got to focus on. Low voter turnout, though. When you saw the announcement, what was it, the IEC yesterday at around 5 p.m. Coming out with the announcement that it's about 8 million people having come out and vote, knowing, Wayne, how many people registered to vote. I thought the number was wrong when I heard it on the radio at first. I was like, no, the radio station's got this wrong. Obviously they didn't. I could not believe how low the number is.
Yeah, very challenging. First of all, remember the IEC had to organise this election much soon, in a very short time frame. Also, we know that we're in a time of a pandemic. Also, we know that there's general apathy, sadly, in our country right now. And one would have hoped that people across the country would have turned out in their droves yesterday to cast their vote and choose who they want to represent them on a ward level and on a municipal level. Because that's the beauty, as you say, about the local government election. This isn't about the nation per se or the provinces per se. This is about your community, and it's about your town, and it's about your municipality, and it's the direction for it for the next 5 years.
Numbers-wise, do we have a sense? I know counting's still ongoing. I'm jumping between provinces. I'm now sitting on the Eastern Cape as well. We're going to try and move around the provinces from the elections website, keep everyone up to date. I'm not sure what numbers you can bring to us at this point, Wayne, but let me just give people tuning in this. Eastern Cape, for the moment, is the ANC currently leading in the Eastern Cape with 66.32%, the Democratic Alliance 17.23%, and the EFF 6.66%. Okay, let me give you the top 5 on this, maybe to be fair. In the Eastern Cape, I'm seeing the UDM with a 1.99%, not even getting the 2% there, and ATM 1.78%. As well. Numbers-wise, how difficult is this to try and monitor and analyse? And what numbers do you have for us?
We have to see more numbers come in. Interestingly, there, the one part you mentioned, the African Transformation Movement, ATM, 1.7%. Maybe they're going to do better than people expect, and that'll be an interesting race between them and the UDM. We know that the UDM's Bantu Olomisa's party, their historic the areas where they've done best is the Eastern Cape, so that'll be interesting to watch. What we've gathered over the night, and the results are going to start coming in thick and fast. Gareth, I was staring at my monitor for an hour and a half with the IEC system inert, not changing. So I had to work my contact list, and what we've established over the night is the following: that Action SA and the Freedom Front have certainly made inroads in the Gauteng province. In traditional DA areas, obviously the Freedom Front and the Action SA party and Action SA have made an inroad in some parts of Soweto. We need more of those results to come in to see a trend starting to emerge. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that it seems like the DA support has held up in the city of Cape Town, that they've done very, very well in their traditional strongholds. You have seen parties like Good, parties like the Cape Coloured Congress, parties like the Freedom Front make some inroads, but it's not as drastic as it has been in Johannesburg. So these are some of the trends we're seeing emerge in the larger areas. But we're still waiting for a lot of results to come out of KwaZulu-Natal, the Eastern Cape, you just mentioned some. But right now, in Cape Town, it's looking pretty good for the DA. And in Johannesburg, I would be quite worried if I was the ANC right now.
And obviously, we're going to try and bring viewers, once these... is there a point, is there a proximal point, Wayne, where we can start looking at perhaps provinces or municipalities and start making those decisions? There's, I imagine, a numerical line that can be crossed where it would be safe to say, okay, once again, political party A has held the municipality or political party B has taken control. I mean, statistically, I mean, I'm only a journalist. I can't count. So you have to speak Gareth to me. Is there a point where you can go, Gareth, we can now tell you that in the city of Cape Town, for example, because we're talking about Cape Town, that we can now say, yes, it is retaining the current government, or no, government is changing?
Yeah, eNCA has the equivalent of a decision desk. We're working with mathematicians, statisticians, computer programmers, the best political analysts, and we are basically working with eNCA to bring the viewers those decisions and those calls as soon as possible. And we're hoping during the next hour or so to make some major announcements of what the future of our cities and towns will be for the next 5 years. And I'm confident, Gareth, as the sun starts rising in South Africa, the results are just going to stream through, and we're going to call those elections first, hopefully.
And it's that sun that is rising behind Wayne Sussman is, for the moment, I say thank you to you. We're going to be having you and all the incredible number crunchers joining us this morning as we begin to make sense of these local government elections. Wayne mentioning KZN. I'm not being rude, by the way. I keep looking away from Wayne and you joining us at home, because I'm looking at so many numbers. It's like number overload. KwaZulu-Natal at the moment, according to the IEC, that we have the ANC 45.71%, the IFP 25.33%, and the Democratic Alliance currently on 13.41. I want to be fair and give the top five. Where are we? The EFF in KwaZulu-Natal 6.25%, and the NFP, National Freedom Party, 4.275%. So the ANC currently leading in KwaZulu-Natal at the moment as well. So we're going to try and move around the provinces for you, also all the various municipalities, as we continue Results Tuesday here on the South African Morning. Hope you all went out and made your mark.